Hello and welcome back to another In the Meadows podcast. Today I'm joined with someone very, very special, Mr. Chowdhury.
Hello, I don't know if I'm that special, but I'm so happy to be here. I'm actually on the other side of the camera today, which is obviously weird because usually I'm the one behind the scenes setting all of this up, but it's lovely to be here.
It's very, very weird because he's normally behind the scenes telling me what to do, and today he's right in front of me on camera. So, sir, is it really intimidating?
It can be intimidating, but you know what? It's all in good fun, and I'm just really excited because I've got so much to talk about today about the plan for the next academic year, and this is what really this podcast is all about. It's all about just trying to give you the information and where we're taking this podcast to the future and what is happening at Judgemeadow in the future as well.
Of course. So, sir, I want to ask you more about your role here at Judgemeadow. So, what is your role at Judgemeadow?
Yeah, I mean, I got lots of different roles, but I think I would say that my two main roles is doing community work, engaging the community, as well as the work that I do on transition day. So that's transition year 6 to year 7. And then I also look at cultural capital, extracurricular activities, and just look at interesting stuff that we want our students to engage in. Culture Day, for example, and lots of different things that I will be talking about later on in the podcast. But yeah, so the podcast is obviously one of the big things that we've been spending a lot of time, me and you, we've been spending a lot of time investing our time in developing it, and we're continuously thinking about how to improve it, how to make it better, how to make it more engaging. And obviously we had a lot of positive feedback, and we do take all the emails that get sent to us. We do take that on board. We take all your advice, because at the end of the day it's everybody's, it's the school community's podcast.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think this podcast idea was brilliant, and I have seen a lot of engagement from my friends, from people I know telling me about it, and it's been amazing, and I really love doing it. But no one really knows how the idea of podcast became part of Judgemeadow. So how did the idea of a podcast come around?
It's really weird the idea actually came about when me and Mr Smith, we went on Radio Ramadan. And it's almost, Radio Ramadan is essentially a podcast in a way, because even though you're going live on the radio, you're going live on the FM radio, they record you, it's on a mic, it's being podcast live on YouTube, and they record it, you can go back and watch it. And I think Radio Ramadan has been such an important part of our community, especially during the month of Ramadan, and I've seen it grow over the years. For the past 5 years, it's gone from one little show to such a big thing, and we get so many influential people who are in the community. And when me and Mr Smith went on it, we really enjoyed ourselves. We enjoyed engaging with everybody in the community with that. We met the Lord Mayor in that as well, and the City Mayor, and we talked to everybody, and we thought, you know what, it's such a great way and such a fantastic way of how that one radio show engages the community. And I thought, let's bring that here. Let's make that part of our community. Let's bring a podcast. And I know that in America, a lot of schools and high schools and colleges, they have their own podcasts. And one thing I do know from experience is that if something cool in America, eventually, just like Culture Day, it all started off in America. It didn't start in the UK. Started off in America. Just watch your TikTok history. Starts off in America, then he went to all these expat schools all around the world, and now all of a sudden it's coming to the UK. And yeah, so, and I also saw you obviously presenting on Ramadan Radio. That's why I got you involved in this right from the start.
Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity. And you guys can also take this opportunity, because this is not my show. This is not Sir's podcast. This is your guys' podcast as well. It's a community thing, and everyone has a chance to do whatever they want. And you can really express yourself, talk to whoever you want on this. But I think this podcast was an amazing idea. And yes, Radio Ramadan has really pushed us out there to do this, and I think it was amazing that you guys got a chance to go on there, and me and other fellow students of Judgemeadow also got to go on there.
Yeah, and I think, the podcast, the possibility just absolutely endless. There's so much thing that we can do with the podcast. And, I want to do a podcast where people can come on and talk about movies, can talk about music, can talk about current affairs, talk about anything. And, as we said, I remember your very first podcast said, as long as it's interesting, then we'll have you on. And, me and you, and I've talked to a lot of other students, really working hard behind the scenes to create a Judgemeadow podcast team, and so that we can have a different numbers of hosts and just shake things up and make it interesting.
Yeah, of course, because it's like, it's getting repetitive now, because it's just me. I want other people to also be part of this happiness. But, So, besides the podcast, we loved Cultural Day. Everyone did. I know that because it was on social media for different schools, our schools. It was everywhere, and it was like the trend. And what is next for Judgemeadow? Like, are we going to have another Culture Day? Are we going to have other things? Can you tell us more?
I mean, with Culture Day, I'm really glad that, when I started my role, because I started it in February, and, the first biggest thing that I did was help be part of the team that helped put Culture Day together. And it's just amazing to see the whole school, student body as well as teacher body all come together and just have such an amazing day. And it's just so nice. It really warmed my heart. And we just had so much fun. And because we had so much fun, and the students walked away, I remember I did a student voice, talked to some students after the event and said, how did it go for you? What do you enjoy about it? What did you enjoy? And overwhelmingly the response has been absolutely positive. And because of that, we just decided, we are going to make it a permanent fixture of our Judgemeadow calendar.
Yay!
Just like how Sports Day is a permanent fixture, Culture Day is going to be a permanent fixture. I cannot tell you yet when the date is going to be for Culture Day next year. Not yet, but
very soon. Very
we're going to make it bigger. We're going to make it better. And you know what? If anybody has any ideas that they want to contribute to it, or want to be a part of the team that puts Culture Day together, just come and talk to me. We'll make it happen, because I'm open to all your ideas. And I'll be honest with you, me putting Culture Day together, the actual format of the day, and at the end of the last show, doing the walk, I got all these ideas from TikTok and from students. Right? And TikTok for me, it's always been a bit of an encyclopedia of knowledge. Because I want to find out what the trend is. I want to find out what music students are listening to, and I mix the music together and things like that. But yeah, we're going to make it bigger and better, I'll tell you that.
I hope, and I'm excited, and I'm happy now that it's part of our actual curriculum for the next 4 years. I'm here, 5 years. I am super excited.
Yeah, that's 4 more Culture Days you can enjoy.
Culture Days, oh my god! And I think it just brought us really close as a community as well. Is there anything else happening in our school that no one knows about?
Well, I don't know if people know, but we actually have a outdoor summer concert next week.
Whoa!
Right, on Thursday. Right, so what date is that? I need to check my calendar.
It's the 30th of June.
Today the 30th.
Oh.
Right. So
next week.
Next week, Thursday.
So
which I believe is the
7th
7th of July, right? 7th of July.
After Sports Day.
Yeah, it's after Sports Day. So 7th of July, we actually have the outdoor summer concert. And if you want to buy a ticket to this outdoor summer concert, go on Beehive and book in and check in your ticket, because, with COVID been happening for the past couple of years, we stopped all of these things, but we're starting to slowly bring it all back together. And there's so much stuff going on. Engage. Come to the show.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, and I'll be there. I'll be filming it. I'm going to put a short together, and check out our Instagram, because that's where all the updates are.
Yeah, I've said it multiple times, and I'll say it again and again. Instagram is where we post everything about podcast, everything about our school. Everything's on there, transition stuff, podcast stuff, culture days, everything's there. So even our website has a lot of stuff. So go check them out, because they will really help you if you have any problems or you want to sort something out.
Yeah, and so it's like summer concert. I'm really excited. I'm sure the music departments have put something brilliant together. And the fact that it's outside, let's hope that it doesn't rain.
Fingers crossed.
Don't know with British weather, do we?
No.
Right. It's just I mean, actually, thinking about culture day, when we were actually planning it.
Oh my god.
Right, 1st of April, right. You know, me and Mr. Smith, we sat in his office. I still remember because can we do it outside? Can we have it like a little bit of a show outside? And I thought, well, 1st of April. I'm not really sure how that can work. Can I trust the weather? Right, and the weather was actually it was dry. It didn't rain that day.
It was dry, but it was windy.
Was cold.
It was really windy. Like I remember when we did our photo shoot, it was so cold and everything was just flying. It would have been a hot mess if we did it outside.
Yeah,
but
it's still wet. It's still wet.
Yeah, of course.
Right, so yeah, the summer concert. You know what? Again, next week Thursday, 7th of July. Book your ticket on Beehive and just get yourself down there.
Yeah, book your tickets, guys. Actually, sounds like a lot of fun. I might book my tickets today.
Well, make sure you do. Maybe we can do a summer concert podcast.
Oh my god!
And we can invite everybody.
We really should.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That's the plan.
That's our next podcast, guys. Yeah. Be ready. So, sir, I've actually heard something. I've heard a little rumor.
What rumor have you heard?
You are a movie geek. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sir. So, you know, our podcast, we've started something new. Is quizzes.
Okay.
So I have a quiz for you.
I didn't think you were going to quiz me, but okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, obviously you have to get quizzed. It's podcast. So, sir, this is our first character. He is they're both from Frozen.
Yeah.
Obviously. We love Frozen. But I want you to tell me, what is the name of this character? This monster? Come on, sir.
See, I know who the snowman is. That's Olaf.
Of course, everyone knows that. But who's the big guy?
Marshmallow?
Yes!
Okay.
You see, you have to go with your gut.
Yeah, I actually went with my gut on that one.
I've not watched Frozen in so long, but it's a really good movie. Can you guess the name of this movie?
You know what? I'm going to say that Rapunzel, but I know that obviously Rapunzel is not a movie, but that's got to be Tangled.
Yes, it is Tangled. And there's a funny story behind this. I get called Rapunzel a lot. Why? Because I have long hair. And it's funny because I do have long hair. And yeah, I guess I am Rapunzel. Can you tell us the name of this movie character, this bad guy, where he's from and his name?
You know what? That's quite easy. That's the Riddler from the Batman. We just watched that recently, isn't it?
Wow. Well done.
Yeah,
you got all of them right so far. So this one I did not know at all. My dad told me to ask you because it's an old movie. So, you know, we're just gonna ask you. So what is the name of this movie?
I do know the name of this movie.
Of course you do.
My question to you, have you seen this movie?
No, I have not.
You need to watch this movie. This is like one of these movies you've got to watch while growing up.
I will.
It's called The Goonies. It came out in the 1980s.
Whoa.
Right? And it's like one of these movies that you just watch in your childhood. So if you ask any children that was born in like the late 70s or early 80s and what kind of movie did they watch when they grew up, The Goonies is one of them.
Yeah,
right.
That's what my dad told me to ask you, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got them all correct, so well done.
But next time if you do quiz me, I think you need to make the questions harder.
The questions have been fairly easy.
I think they're quite easy. But
I think I'm gonna ask like higher graded questions, like not about movies, like describe or explain, like they make us do here.
Yeah.
It's gonna challenge the teachers as well.
Elaborate your answer.
Exactly. But guys, so like I said, for me to watch The Goonies, if you guys not watched it, you guys watch it as well. What's up?
I got one. Oh? I got a little surprise. We need to announce it. First time ever on podcast.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, because my surprise is, and we can announce it, we're hoping that people, when they're going to watch the podcast, because they want to find out more about this, but we all know that next academic year, we got the football, we got the World Cup in December. We're going to have a Premier Fantasy League at Judgemeadow. and that's what we're going to launch. Now the thing is, the way we're going to launch it is that the kickoff of the season of 2022-23 season is on the 5th of August, which is obviously the summer holiday. That's why we're talking about it now. So what we need people to do is to sign up on the Premier Fantasy League. And the way it works is that you sign up, you're going to get a budget of, imaginary budget of £100 million.
Whoa.
And that £100 million, you then go and then you buy players to make up a team. And the gist of it is that you have only 3 players maximum from one team, so you can't say I just want all of Liverpool players, I want all of like Man City players. You can only choose 3 players maximum, and then you make your team, and then when the game week starts, if your player happens to score a goal, then you get points. If your goalkeeper happens to keep a clean sheet, they get score points. If your players, played really well, then obviously they will then get points. So the more points you accumulate, it means that then your overall score is better. But the best thing is that if we get the whole school involved in this, everyone has a team, you're all competing against each other.
Wow.
But you know what, to make it really interesting, and this is just literally come hot off the press, right, because I just spoke to Mr Smith about it today, right, and he said, you know what, let's make this interesting. He's putting down first prize £50, second prize £30, and third prize £10. So,
wow.
if that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what does.
£50!
£50 if you reckon
£30 is still good, and even £10, like, what the heck? That's so good.
Well, if you reckon you know your football knowledge, you reckon you know your players, and I know a lot of boys and girls, they know their football, right? Let's get this done. And, if you do want to have any more information about this, just email podcasts at Judgemeadow. We really want to make this work. And on Monday, I know this is coming out over the weekend, but on Monday, there'll be a short video shown in tutor time so that students can get a bit more information about this. But you're hearing it here before you hear it on Monday. Your tutor. That's why this show is so great.
See,
because
you guys get inside information.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I didn't even know that you were going to talk about this. This is a surprise for me.
Yeah, and there's 2 other things. I'm just going to mention 2 things. Right.
Wow.
First thing I'm going to say, I'm not going to explain it, but I'm just going to say 2 things. Judgemeadow Mela.
What's that?
I'm not going to explain it. You just have to keep watching podcasts to find out. And the big show.
I want to know.
I'm teasing things. I
can tell. Even I'm getting like, what is this?
This is things are going to be hot and happening at Judgemeadow next academic year. I'll tell you that now. So it's all going to come together. We're going to have so much exciting
so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. It's going to be great.
So if you guys do like football, obviously there is that Premier League Fantasy League. Sorry, I don't know what it is.
So Premier Fantasy League.
Premier Fantasy. Can't speak.
Let's say it again. Premier Fantasy League. Premier Fantasy League.
If you guys do want to take part in that, obviously you can talk to Mr Chowdhury. You will see the video. You'll see this podcast. So everything will come together, and maybe you can take part.
I think what we'll do, we'll say if you're interested in it, you can see the website shown below.
Okay. That's on you.
Shown below. So right now, when I edit this video, you will see scrolling across there the website address. Have I placed my finger okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So it's going to be shown there.
So yeah, that's like a lot of news to take in. So I hope you guys got all that information. Rewind if you didn't, or if you do, email Sir if you want to be part of it. Email the podcast, and podcast email is always open for you guys to email.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Sir, for coming on this week's podcast.
Thank you. And you know what, guys? I think, Hibah, you've done a fantastic job leading the podcast and bringing it. And, it wouldn't have happened without you. So I just want to say publicly.
Even without you, Sir, of course.
I know, I'm behind the scenes. I'm doing all the technical side, but you're the face of it right now. But, you know what? Again, we just don't want Hibah. We need other people. What other people?
It's too much on me. I want to share. Sharing is caring.
And it's so much fun as well.
Exactly.
It's so much fun.
You guys, a lot of people are actually kind of nervous, and they're like, oh, but my face is going to be on YouTube. People are going to do this. Who cares about what people think? Who cares about what people say? You're doing this for you, for your family, for your entertainment. Do it for yourself, not for other people. Don't please other people because you're going to get nowhere.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we got to do what's right.
Exactly. Right. What we feel.
And I think also it's going to look absolutely amazing. On your CV, when you put in your college application, you are a podcast host. Exactly. Because you took place in the extracurricular activity. That's just going to look too cool.
Crazy. Right. But thank you so much for this episode. So it was an amazing episode. I've had so much fun. The banter, the laughs, the interesting information about inside what's happening. But thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Awesome. Have a great day, everybody.
That's our podcast for this week. Bye-bye.
Bye.